Hey, how's it going everyone? So in this video, we will do a quick overview on everything we will be covering in this course. So we'll start with an introduction on Playwright. We're going to talk about what it is and what are some of the top features of Playwright. From there, we will move on to setting up and configuring our machine. We will do our basic machine and project setup. We will also install some VS Code extensions that are specifically for Playwright. And then we will do an overview of Playwright configuration file. From there, we will move on to finally writing some tests using Playwright. So we will learn and understand some basic Playwright syntax. We will go over how to find elements using Playwright commands. And then we will also fail our test and try to understand some different errors we will get and take a look at how we can resolve them. Once we have learned the basics of writing tests, we will move on to learning more about Playwright APIs. We will cover how to interact with different elements using different locator methods such as CSS, text, and XPath locators. Since we will be writing tests, we will also need assertions, so we will understand how assertions works in Playwright. And then we will jump onto a different topic, that is how to upload files with Playwright. We will start with the basic file upload test, and then we will cover how to upload file on a hidden input field. And at the same time, we will also cover different wait commands such as wait for timeout, wait for state, and so on. And then we are going to move on to one of my favorite topics, and that is debugging. So we will start with basic debugging using console logs. Then we're going to look into Playwright Trace and see how helpful that is in terms of debugging our test failures. And then we will also learn about Playwright Inspector and see how it can help with our debugging. So far by this point, you will have enough knowledge on how to write good tests with Playwright. From here, we will step up our game by setting up our test framework. So we will start off with implementing page object model as well as the page component model. And then we will optimize our test framework by implementing ESLint to improve our development experience. We will also implement hooks to put some common code in one place for setup and teardown. And then we will take a look at how to do data-driven testing using parameterization test. After that, we are going to move on to some advanced Playwright topics such as authentication, parallel and cross-browser testing, reporting, and CI integrations with GitHub Actions. So on the authentication side, we will cover basic login flow and see how we can optimize it. First, we will take advantage of hooks to optimize the authentication test. Then we will learn about how browser context works, which is a unique concept in Playwright, and it's extremely helpful. With that, we will implement signed-in roles for individual as well as multiple roles, which will make the authentication state extremely easy to use between multiple tests. Then on the CI side, we will first implement reporting using the earlier reports. Then we will integrate all of our tests with GitHub Actions, which will automatically get triggered whenever we push any changes to GitHub. Finally, when a test fails, we will generate test artifacts where we can see all the reports in a single zip file attached to our job. So there's a lot we're going to be covering in this course, and I'm really excited to get started and hope you guys are too. By the way, I will be going ahead and adding more content to cover various other scenarios as well, so that this course is always up to date. So go ahead and enroll in this course if you haven't already, and I will see you inside.